Hello and welcome to this whiskey review channel. I'm Nathan, also known as the Whiskey Speaker. If you're checking us out for the first time, thank you for doing so. And if you keep on coming back to support this channel, thank you equally for doing so. It is greatly appreciated. Here we do all manner of world whiskey reviews, including a bit of new make, and we more than often stick to those that are mainstream whiskies or readily available, and just occasionally we get dropped something in the lap from the good craftsmen and women out there of something that's a little bit rare and a little bit special, and today is no exception. Before we jump into that though, however, if you like what you see, what you hear, then maybe consider subscribing. It all really is greatly appreciated. Hitting the notification bell for when I release the next video. I try and do it as much as I can, but with a full-time job I can't always be there. And just drop a comment in the box below. Let us know maybe what you're drinking at the moment, and then that helps us to know roughly what you would like maybe to see in the next video. So today I'm going to take my hat off, figuratively, to the good folk at Bimber Distillery, set up in Park Royal, West London. They are in that position whereby they can't meet supply and demand. They are craft, they are artisanal, if you want to call it that. I know they don't have definitions as such in the world of whiskey, but they are small. It's beautiful. The founder, Mr. Paluski, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, and I apologise if not, was the brainchild behind this, having learnt the craft of home distilling back in Poland with his granddad and his dad, fermenting and then finally making fruit spirits in the forests of Poland. Bringing that craft over into England, in London, he's then gone on to make his own very successful whiskey. So much so, as I said, that they can't actually keep up with supply and demand. The wash still is about 1,000 litres and the spirit still is 600. And if you get a chance to go and check them out, and I will of course drop the link in the box below for you to go and check out their website, they have got a tremendous setup and it is a great show. You will watch naked flames underneath their stills, which under these Olympic stills is a very rare treat. No computers here, all hands to the pumps, handcrafted. So let's dive in with this exceptionally rare and exceptionally special expression from the Bimber family. This is the Japanese edition cask 101 from Pedro Jimenez finish. That is quite a cocktail within its own right, served at a lovely healthy 57.4 ABV alcohol by volume. There we go. If you ever get a chance to go to a whiskey show then and you see that these guys at a stand, make sure to go and check them out, because it is only at these stands more often than not that you get to try such rare luxuries, because they're in such a high demand and they can't keep up with supply and demand. They have to limit where they send their stuff around the world. It is that desirable. So here we go. As soon as I opened that bottle, straight away, very fragrant, very fruity. So I'm looking forward to this already. To the colour, here we go. I'm going to say that that is like the mixture between chestnut and Oloroso sherry. That is beautiful dark amber. It's a chestnut or Oloroso sherry colour. On the nose, really salty, dark fruits, and it does almost remind me of like going through a forest and kicking up pine needles. There's a lovely delicate mixture of like a heavily buttered Christmas pudding in there, or fruit cake I should say. That's a little bit more accurate. it's also got that kind of polish, as though you've gone into like a showroom and all the furniture is highly polished, and that kind of slightly, almost like the waxy smell of polish in there. It's fantastic to begin with. On the body, oh, that's drawing everything in. Caramelized raisins in there, sultanas, obviously a little bit more of the fruit cake in there. Really rich, in depth, citrusy as well, and really cereal sugar forward sweet. The barley that's been used in this, or the grain, is really keeping that cereal alive. Unsurprisingly as well, there's quite a lot of heat off the alcohol as well. It's got that chalk, it's kind of like chalk pastel crayon kind of texture that you almost feel in the mouth, of viscosity. Really oily, between like how you'd hold a crayon in your hands and you'd feel that when you rub it against the board, you've got that in the lining of your mouth. It's really, really nice. I would love to know what the Japanese cask is actually bringing to this, because Japanese oak, obviously a whole different species compared to Quercus alba, the white oak from America, will impart something completely different to this. If I remember rightly as well, just before I get onto the finish, this was part of a series, and if you are ever so lucky, you can just find a few bottles, although very, very expensive masterpieces now, that were distributed to each country throughout the world, in most places that wish to have Bimber on their shelves. On the finish, it's really tangy. Honestly, it's like a carbonated fizzy drink. There's everything from, I kind of want to say there's like a plum in there, mixed with a sugared donut in there, mixed with just the smell. There's like a smell of like a warm tarmac road in there as well on a summer's day. Quite an odd description, I know, appreciate that, but it's in there. But it's really pleasant. It's really very pleasant, almost like you could get in a car ready to drive off into the sunset without getting too romantic. It's absolutely packing punch with that flavour, and doesn't let up. The cereal carries on the sweetness all the way through. It's got a really long finish as well. Dry, super, super dry, but the finish doesn't actually fade away. That's just irresistible, honestly. If you could imagine every bit of dark fruit that you've ever had in your life, and as though it's just kind of been cooked so that the fructose sugars in it are actually started to caramelize. Yeah, it is. And that sherry sweetness as well, unsurprisingly, is kind of holding the forefront on that finish, just complementing everything. Guys, that is a very, very rare treat. As I said, I will drop the link in the box below. Please do go check out and give your support to the Bimber crew. They are fantastic, and as I said, if you get a chance to go out and meet them in person, do so. I think they're so popular though, it's always best to book in advance if you want to go and see what they do behind the scenes, because it's a very small team and it's a very small site. You'll have fun trying to find it, believe me, in the industrial state. So thank you guys for that donation. Without them, this episode would not have been possible. Any questions, queries, comments, please do drop them in the box below. And remember guys, enjoy your drink how you wish to. Don't let anybody else tell you how to enjoy your whiskey. It's your drink of your choice. With whiskey, have it on the rocks, in water, in cocktail, in ice, everything. It's yours to enjoy. Whatever you're doing for the rest of the day, have a safe and enjoyable one. And bye for now.